So, basically, what this video is a little different. A while ago, actually about a year or so ago, I did a video talking about Duel of the Monsters, which featured a short story published by me. Well, now the sequel is out, and I decided to post this on YouTube to talk about Duel of the Monsters Volume 2, and kind of talk about like what it is, what's about, and interest you guys in checking out this book. I mean, I have a whole freaking audience, and I'm sure you guys have wanted to see me do something writing-wise. I've talked enough about writing. I figured, might as well show off what I can do outside of fanfiction, right? So, yeah. What was I gonna say? So, this story is another anthology, much like the first volume, where in that story, it was a bunch of monsters fighting each other. This is very much the same. It's another anthology in which monsters fight one another. Now, I'm going to go through some of the fights through some of the fights. I'm not going to tell you the winners, obviously. That's something you need to read for yourself. And, yeah, just kind of talk about the monster fights in general. Just kind of like talk about, hey, this is this monster fight. This is this one. So let's talk about mine first, because, well, it's my freaking story that's here. The first one, this is a very big deviation from what I did last time. Now, if you guys remember, my fight in the first volume was Mothman and the Jersey Devil. Here, it's a lot different. Yeah, I decided to go complete 180, not do like two monsters that are similar, because Mothman and Jersey Devil, two winged cryptids. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like something like that as like an intro. But this time around, I'm going to be doing something a lot different. This time around, this story is Vampire versus Velociraptor. Yeah, let me say it again. Vampire versus Velociraptor. VVV. So why did I think of this story? Because I wanted something completely 180. I wanted to do a story that would be of two creatures you'd never think you would see fight. Obviously, a raptor. Would you ever think of a vampire fighting a raptor? And also, this vampire is less Dracula and more like Count Orlok from Nosferatu, or Kurt Barlow from the Salem Lot movies. And the raptor is even though, yes, I was actually thinking of making it a feathered raptor, but I was like, you know what, I'm doing a dinosaur fighting a vampire, I might as well go classic, like, scaled velociraptor. So there is that. So the short story is centered in a genetics lab where a vampire is trying to get a hold of synthetic blood, but runs afoul of a raptor who has broken free from the genetics lab. And yeah, the fight is pretty fun. It was a lot of fun to write like the vampire powers and how the raptor kind of counters them. It was a ton of fun to just blast. It was a blast to write. As for others, we have the Cactus Cat taking on the Hide Behind, which was written by Cody Bradish here on YouTube. He did another story of it was basically a stoner who encounters these creatures. As for others, you have Matt Denian, the creator of Atomic Rex. He actually brings two major literary monster characters to have them fight. The Phantom of the Opera and Mr. Hyde. I got to read this. It was a blast. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun, and I think it's going to be a highlight of the book. I do think it is going to be a highlight of the book. Honestly. As for others, you have the Kraken taking on a sea serpent. We have a gargoyle fighting a werewolf. You have a Frankenstein-like monster taking on a giant ape. You have a invisible woman taking on an insectoid alien. A swamp beast taking on a stitched-together monster. It's a lot of fun. Like, these fights are completely insane. They are graphic, they're gory. It was a blast to be a part of this book again, and hopefully, I can do a full a full novel at some point. I've already like been working on one full novel, but I've had one other idea like really rattling around in my head, and it's really been like just really messing with me. Like the more I think about this book, the more I want to write it. But like that's the problem with writers, you know, you get an idea and then you start writing and then you get another idea that deviates you from another story. So there you go. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link below to Amazon. You guys can pick it up there, either in Kindle or I think the print is already out. I think the print is out. I know the Kindle version is out, and the Kindle version is $2.99. It would be a big support to me. It would be a big support to Wild Hunt Press, which is the publisher of this book. It would be a big help, and I'm sure you guys would love to watch gory monster fights. I know my audience at this point. Like I've come to understand what my audience likes, and what my audience likes is really fun gory monster fights. And yeah, if you ever wanted to answer the question, who would win in a fight between a raptor from Jurassic Park fought Count Orlok, I gave you that answer. I'm gonna give you that answer. Anyway. So, once again, I will leave a link below to Amazon. You guys can pick it up there. Hopefully you all enjoy it, and I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.